Men on Reddit ain't shit. Men on motherfucking person ain't shit. Men on TikTok aren't shit. Men on Twitter aren't shit. Why are they all not shit? Let's get into it.
I be sliding on these tight beats, nigga talk like who she.
What's up, you guys? It's Zaneyah's World, and I'm back in with another video. Today's video is going to be Reddit stories. We're going to be going over other people's lives. If you guys don't know, I am mic'd up. Yeah! Oh, let me not talk too loud, because now that I'm mic'd up, the quality of listening is going to be a lot better. I'm just trying to improve for you guys every single day, because you guys are my family. I'm your family. I want to make this a better experience. And with that being said, you guys, I looked at my analytics. 80% of my returning viewers are not actually subscribed. Do you guys know how much that would help me if you guys subscribed? If you guys subscribed, by now I'll probably have like 1K subscribers, 40 motherfucking people away. If 40 of you guys subscribed, I will have 1K subscribers and hit my subscriber account so that I could fucking quit and put out content for you guys every single day. So with that being said, I'm gonna stop lecturing you guys to please subscribe and let's get into the video. Okay, with that being said, you guys already know that I told you guys about us doing Am I the Asshole? So we're back in Am I the Asshole. Every time we do Am I the Asshole, it pisses me off before we even fucking read it. So we are going to be only in Am I the Asshole? I was gonna do a spooky one, but I see that last video, a lot of people didn't like me doing the voiceover, but also those stories are long as fuck, y'all. I'm sorry. So we're gonna stick to Am I the Asshole, and I'm gonna start reading them out, but the long ones, I can't fucking do it. Let's get into it. So the first one is, am I the asshole? My sister's having my dad's side piece in her wedding, and I told her that's wrong. Okay, one thing about me already off the bat, I can't even watch movies that have anything to do with side pieces, with people fucking other people's brothers that used to be best friends. I remember there was a movie called 17, or like, I forgot what it was called, but it was with some girl. I'll pop it up if I remember what the movie is. But her best friend that was around for her, basically her entire life, started dating her older brother, and they tried to gaslight her the entire movie. And everybody was like, oh, the point of the movie is growing up. No, you're older than me. You've seen this girl grow up. You're a fucking weirdo. Why the fuck would you prey on my friends? You couldn't get you another bitch? I hate it. And I also hate bitches who are okay with this type of shit. That's not okay. Not okay. So let's get into it. I'm going to keep this sort of story short, but essentially the close family friend, we'll call her Emily, that my father has a child with and has been cheating on my mom with for the last 15 years is going to be the matriarch of honor. There's like some dialect because there's a lot of things misspelled in the story. Matriarch of honor and my sister's wedding next fall. Our family met Emily back in 2009 when she and my mom were pregnant at the same time. She's about 10 years or so younger than my parents. I hated her all through my childhood because I felt like there was something fishy about how close she was with my dad. My dad went out to Cali a few times while I was stationed there for work, and a few years back, but only to visit Emily, who lived about 7 hours away from where I was. Even though he was out there once Dad's visit, this made my mom mad as hell and absolutely crushed me. I talked to my mom finally a few years ago, and she told me that, well, yes, she was okay with an open marriage concept at first. She quickly changed her mind and told Emily and my dad to stop, and they just continued and blatantly disrespected my mom. Okay. Already off the bat, I don't fuck with this bitch. You're weird as fuck. Both of you guys, oh my god. Another concept that is really sad is that a lot of men or women sometimes want to open up their marriage once they meet somebody that they don't want to particularly cheat on, so they manipulate their partner that they're basically going to cheat on to open up the marriage, and then they open up the marriage when the other partner actually doesn't want to, and then it's like, it's just a big whole ordeal. Leave the person. Don't try to manipulate them. Just leave them. Just leave them. Just leave them for the person that you wanted to. You're just hurting that person even more. Okay. I think my mom doesn't want to fight just to keep the peace since my two younger sisters still live at home. Her and my dad are high school sweethearts, and when we were kids, we knew that they loved each other. So I can't fathom how my dad can live with himself doing all of these things to her. I asked her why she kept letting this go on, and she said that she's gone numb to the pain. That was the first time I ever heard my mother cry. Everyone in my extended family knows what my dad did and absolutely despises Emily. But my sister just is not bothering having her there and in the wedding party. Both my mother and I talked to my sister and explained that while we are so happy to be part of her wedding and support her in her big day, she's crazy if she thinks that there won't be tension. She essentially just told us, well, mom was okay with it at first, so I don't see how Emily and dad are doing anything wrong. Of course, I then had to break down the concept of consent to her. She still calls Emily mom #2. That's when I would have said, bitch, give me back all the money for your college. You're a fucking whore. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm disowning you as a fucking daughter. The fuck? My parents are still married, and Emily is still married to her husband. Emily not stepping away from my family when my mother first told her to stop. Fucking her husband is a part that my older sister just isn't grasping. I know this is also completely on my father as well. I had to cut contact with him a few years over it. My sister having Emily near our family again is going to tear open so many wounds for a lot of people. Am I the asshole for trying to open her eyes to how wrong this is? So, there's a saying called, a side chick raises side chicks. And I know that the daughter is not essentially her mom, but if this bitch has been around for their entire childhood and life, she could have been persuading some ideas in this little girl's head. Okay? So a side chick is always going to raise another side chick. Okay? So this girl probably got into her head and was like, what we're doing is okay. Your mom said yes in the beginning, did all this and that. And she's probably like, well, you are right. It is okay. It should be okay. But you're a fucked up individual. I had something go on like this in my life. I don't even want to break it to you guys yet, but it was just very weird. It's very weird. And it's very side chick mentality. Okay? And essentially, in the beginning, she's not wrong. Her mom did consent to it. But then after your mom is still married to your dad and she's like, hey, I want to close it up again. I don't want to do this. He should have either said, hey, I'm leaving and I'm going to go be with Emily. Or, hey, okay, I'm going to close it off and get back with you. But instead, he lied about it. It's all about lying. Okay? Get that through your head. I consented to it at first, but I could say no. So he's not the asshole. Your sister's a bitch. And Emily's a bitch. And your dad's a bitch. So, with that being said, let's get into the next story. I have another, just to stay on track, we're going to stay in the wedding theme. So this one is called, Am I the Asshole for Not Pushing for My Wife to Have a Bigger Role in My Daughter's Wedding? Okay, off the bat, I kind of read and it says ex-wife. So you remarried and this is your new wife. Already off the bat, I'm already getting pissed off for this girl. So let's get into it. My ex and I were not together very long when we had our daughter, Riley. We broke up while my ex was still pregnant. A year and a half later, my ex married her husband, Philip. Riley was with me every Tuesday, then every other weekend with split holidays. As she lived with her mom and Philip more, he became a father figure to her. She doesn't call him dad, but has made it clear she thinks she has two dads. I've never been threatened by Philip and have a lot of respect for him. He, my ex, and I get along well. Okay, already off the bat, father that stepped up. I'm already seeing that the wife is a bitch. I married my wife when Riley was 13. While the two of them get along, they aren't as close as she is to Philip. I know she does not consider her another mother figure. I was also okay with this as Philip had been in my daughter's life longer and was around her. Riley was also very polite and considerate towards my wife. I could tell my wife was hurt they were not closer, but I did not want to push the issue. My wife and I had a son together. Now Riley is in her mid-20s and is getting married. I'm walking her down the aisle with Philip on her other arm. My son is going to be a junior groomsman. My ex is being escorted by her father down the aisle as well. Riley's siblings from her mom's side are also in the wedding party. When my wife asked Riley what her role is, my daughter said she wanted her to sit up front and she'll be in family photos. My wife asked about a special dress and Riley said they could go shopping together, but she did not care what she wears. She doesn't have to match the bridal party or anything. Damn. It's not really damn, but it's like, babes. My wife is very hurt and wants a larger role in the wedding. She wants to walk our son down the aisle, but Riley said her sister's on her mom's side, who's close in age with him, is walking with him as they are a junior bridesmaid. My wife kept suggesting other ways she could walk down the aisle, and Riley gently shut her down. I was not here for this conversation and only found out about it later. My wife came to me and says I need to convince my daughter to give her some role in the wedding. I say it's my daughter's day and it's not going to tell her who gets what role. She'll have the opportunity to do mother of the groom stuff when our son ever gets married. She said that Philip has a big role. He even gets a dance with my daughter at the wedding. We're splitting the song, so I get half, Philip gets the other. I pointed out that Philip has been in her life since she was 10 months old and helped raise her. They don't have that dynamic. My wife is now very upset with me and saying I'm enabling my daughters, excluding her. I really don't feel this is my place. Am I the asshole for not pushing the matter more? Okay, let me tell you this little story, right? My dad's girlfriend, my real dad, right? My dad's girlfriend or wife, I don't know what the fuck that bitch is now. She wasn't like forcing us to hang out with her or forcing us to be with her, but my dad wanted my brother to respect her and to like care for her. Like that's his stepmom. And my dad would always get mad at my brother. I remember this. And I think like they got into an argument. My dad got mad at my brother because he wasn't being nice to her or wanted to talk to her and all these kind of things. So I understand where she's coming from when it comes to step parents, because step parents tend to overstep. You are a step. You're literally a step. And if I don't say that you're more than that step, then you're just that step. Okay? And you got to play that position. I'm not going to be no motherfucking head coach. No. Bitch, you're the assistant coach. I'm the head fucking coach. Like, that's what Philip is. Philip is the head coach, bitch. You're the assistant. You're not somebody that is big in her life, and that's okay. Just need to normalize more playing a position in people's life and not overstepping that position. You know, and I don't feel bad for her because it says in here, the father even said, the daughter has been highly respectful to the wife. Why are you trying to push this? Stop trying to push it. Play your role. Show up as a stepmom and do what she says, and maybe she will respect you more. And when she gets married for a second time, you could be in her bridal shower. But now, you're not there. You're not there, and that's okay. As well as like clap for motherfucking Philip, right? Because my dad's girlfriend, I remember like my dad hated my mom. Okay, and my dad's also abusive, so don't fucking take his like, I hate her, she's a bad person. He would put because me and my brother have different moms. He would put all of his exes in this big bin of just thousands of photos in his like garage or like in the washroom, right? And we were like, oh, like, thank you. My dad showed us pictures of like our moms. And then fucking, what the fuck? And then my dad's girlfriend was like, oh, he keeps all his hoes in there. Hoes? Talking about my mom and his brother. And my brother was like, nah, my mom's not in there. My mom's not in there. Bitch, your mom's in there in a couple of photos. The fuck? But stepmoms just overplay their part. Bitch, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Next story. You're not the asshole. Okay. So this one is going to be called, Am I the Asshole for Refusing to Cancel Plans for My Sister's Wedding? My sister told me this week that she and her partner are planning to have a small wedding ceremony on December 14th with just our immediate family, our parents, younger brother, and me. I had a joint holiday party with my best friend planned for 2 months on that weekend, plus other holiday events that already RSVP'd to / paid for, including a few for work. My parents and brother are in the same boat. And with work obligations, plus relatives and friends visiting for the holiday, we would all have to travel for her wedding, either hours by car or by plane. So we can't just arrive and leave within a day or even a weekend. We encouraged her to wait until January or February, but she refused. She called us all selfish and said that if we really loved her, we would cancel our plans for her wedding. This made our mom cry. So I called my sister and said that she was selfish, one, for making last minute plans for her wedding during the busiest season of the year, disregarding everyone else and demanding that we cancel everything for her. She said I was the asshole, but because I was not being supportive of her wedding and refusing to cancel plans with friends for her. I'm pretty sure of my argument, but her words have been eating away at me. Am I the asshole? She also had an edit. First of all, thank you for all the advice and support. Also, to answer a few questions I've seen in the comments. No, my sister is not pregnant. I asked her directly and she said no. I guess she could be lying, but in my experience, she is a bad liar and she seemed honest when she spoke. 2, she has not been overly manipulative or demanding in the past, which is why I've been really questioning my stance. I think she genuinely believes she's in the right here. So, already off the bat, your sister probably last minute was like, oh my gosh, let's just do it this day. And she's probably just heard that everybody has plans. But like you said, you're not the asshole for what you're doing. You had this plan 2 months prior. Your sister just planned it a month early, right? Not early. Your sister just basically told you this month because it's October something. So I don't think you're the asshole. I also think your sister's not the asshole, but do I think she's over dramatic and being very dramatic right now? Yes. Do I think you should be giving her some space so she could think about it? Yes. Because you can't just plan something and think I'm going to drop all of my shit for you when I've been planning this for months now. So no, you're not the asshole. Your sister's not the asshole. I think she's just trying to rush this wedding and she doesn't understand that it is being a little bit selfish. And she's probably not trying to be selfish, but it is coming off like that. Hopefully she comes to her senses, but you are not the asshole. Okay, this is going to be the last story. Let's get into it. Am I the asshole for rejecting my longtime friend's advances while she was drunk? You're not the asshole. Already off the bat, reading that while she was drunk, no, you're already not the asshole. So let's get into it. I, 32 male, have been friends with this woman, 32 female, for almost 15 years. Oh, she been trying to do this. This was just liquid courage. She wanted to do this shit. Because you guys been friends for almost 15 years, and then when she's drunk, she all of a sudden wants to, yeah, no. We have both had relationships with other people during this time, but we have always maintained our friendship. Recently, we went to a party where she got very drunk. I was the designated driver, so I stayed sober to drive her home and make sure she was okay. On the drive back, she was flirting with me quite a bit. Once we got to her place, she tried to pull me in for a kiss while I was helping her into bed. I was uncomfortable with the situation and told her no because I felt she was too drunk to make a clear decision. I suggested we talk about it in the morning instead. The next day, she texted me expressing that she felt unwanted and that I made her feel like shit. She said that after being friends for so long, there should not be so much awkwardness between us. Since then, she stopped talking to me, and I'm worried I might have ruined our friendship. I genuinely care about her and don't want to lose her as a friend, but I also don't know if I have romantic feelings for her. Am I the asshole for rejecting her advances while she was drunk, or did I do the right thing by trying to set boundaries? 1, you're not the asshole. She was super drunk. Don't touch drunk women, men, anybody while they're drunk out of their mind to the point where they can't even tell you where they are, where they're at. You did the right thing. If you would have touched her and then that would have been your guys' sexual experience, I've seen before where people will be like, oh, well, he did this when I was drunk. You know what I mean? And you just don't want to be in those situations. Even though there's a lot of situations where women are saying, no, don't do that. I'm not talking about those situations. I'm talking about the ones where people will make advances on you. You'll go for it. And then when they feel bad about themselves, they'll be like, oh no, I was drunk. I swear I was. But they were the ones to initiate the sexual stuff. So please, no context, no nothing. Does not matter if they say yes if they do all these things, do not touch anybody when they're fucking drunk until they are awake and alive to tell you, hey, I want to do this, without alcohol in their system. So I love you guys. That was the Am I the Asshole wedding edition. With that being said, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.